Financial news you can use is made possible by University Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Coming up right now, we have got some financial news you can use, brought to us by University Credit Union and Mr. Rich Bonaducci in his red shirt. You're kind of rocking the University Credit Union crimson red.
That's why I did this, yes.
Wow, look at you thinking it through.
Yeah, we were going to have a financial tip after this.
Yes.
Directly from them, because, we were asking you to send in your questions. We got some questions. We gave it to them.
Yep.
They answered a bunch of them. We're going to let you know what they have to say. Mm-hmm. But yes, I was rocking the red for them as well as the tie, for the financial thing.
Yes, very serious, very studious.
Very serious. It's very serious stuff.
I'm ready. Okay.
Stay away from bulldozers and listen to me here too.
I'm ready.
Okay. What would you say is the biggest problem people have, maybe out of the top two, when they go to buy a home?
Credit.
Credit is one. They can't get the kind of terms that they want, and when they go to check and see what their credit is, it's too low, their payments end up being really high, etc. Okay, but let's just say they have decent credit.
Okay. No down payment, no money.
No down payment. Not a lot of people can afford to sock away money to have a down payment on a house.
Like $10,000 or $6,000. Sometimes, I think the last time I looked into what it would take, it was just minimum of $6,000 liquid.
Yeah, well, and it also depends on the kind of house.
At some times in your life, and other times it can be like, wow, I got to buy closed captioning. I can't do that. Go ahead.
Our closed captioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Sometimes you have expenses.
Sometimes it depends. 3 to 10% on a house. Mm-hmm. Depending on the price of the house, that's a huge chunk of money. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people have it. I'm speaking to the young folk who might be watching right now.
Okay.
Here's something you can do. It's really cool. It's good for you in a lot of different ways. And maybe only bad for you in one.
Okay.
So that's a good ratio.
I like it.
Join the armed services. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines.
Memorial Day is a week away?
I think Coast Guard. Because the VA, the Veterans Administration, gives those folks VA loans.
Ooh.
I have one.
And what are the terms?
The terms are no money down.
And what are the rates?
The rates are very low. And they're locked in for 30 years.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the few things that they do for you when you sign on the dotted line. I mean, they do other things. Mm-hmm. You have the GI Bill to help you go to college. Mm-hmm. You have PXs and things like that where you get deals on groceries and all that kind of stuff. But long after you're even out, I was in 9 years, I'm done. Mm-hmm. But I still had the VA loan.
Yeah.
And you can use it over and over and over again. You can't use it simultaneously.
So you can't go be a realtor mogul?
Well, exactly. Mm-hmm. You have to buy it to live in it.
Yeah.
Okay? But we'll do it. Well, I'll explain it in a way you might understand.
Okay.
If I had crackers, I would do that.
Oh, well, we've got pretzels.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just say that this is one house that you buy with your VA loan.
Okay.
You can't buy another house with the VA loan.
Well, I understood that.
Until you sell that house.
That one. Okay. Got
so
it.
you can't do it simultaneously, but you can do it one right after another. And you can keep doing that your whole life.
That's awesome.
So the VA loan, basically, there's a little stipulation there. Well, for one, you have to be a veteran.
Or in the Army. In Army.
Right. Yeah, in Army. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or the other stipulation, I should say, is that because these VA loans are backed by the federal government, they're not going to let you buy junk. They're not going to let you buy a house that's in bad shape. Mm-hmm. So that they want you to buy a nice house. So the VA loan is great for newer houses, newer construction, because all that stuff is new. Mm-hmm. And when an inspector comes in, it's probably all ready to go.
Okay.
But for much older houses, they may make you fix it up a little bit or something like that before they want to put their money into it.
So what about your Ogden house? Because you just really fixed that up.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have passed if you would have tried to get a loan, because you paid cash for that, or
right, we paid cash for that, and so. But my first house, the one in Murray, that was VA loan.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more of a touchy situation. I mean, they're sticklers for the house.
Yeah.
But you end up getting a nicer house.
Yeah, and a really good loan
at an incredible rate with no money down.
Okay.
Now, the only thing with that no money down is a lot of times if you're putting, if you're buying a nice house, you're putting down 10%. Say you're buying a $300,000 house, you got to put down $30 grand. Mm-hmm. Well, that $30 grand chops your amount down to $280. Mm-hmm. So your payment is lower. But if you don't put any money down, your payment might be higher.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. If you're not going to put any money down, you're getting a fatter loan.
Which is pretty true across the board. The less
Yeah.
money you put down,
Sure.
then the more you're going to pay.
But they drop your rate so low. I mean, I got something like 5 at the time, which is pretty good, you know. And so, yeah, okay, it's a little bit more money, but it's a lower rate. And of course, you didn't have to scrimp and save for decades to come up with 30 grand or whatever to put down on a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does it require as far as joining the Army? What is that? So for people who are already, you were talking to the kids, but what are they committing to?
That's the downside.
Oh.
The downside is you are committing to be in the Army or the Navy or the Air Force Marines.
You're making a lifestyle
you could get in
switch.
trouble. Yeah, you could be sent somewhere.
Well, that's not trouble, but you were agreeing to be...
I don't know, getting shot at is trouble.
Well, yeah, that's not
That's
fun.
trouble.
Yeah. But that is what you're doing. You're signing up
That
and
is
you
what you're
go to
doing.
training and you go and you
Yeah.
do Army.
I actually thought it was just as an aside. This isn't necessarily the financial part. As an aside, I wish to a certain extent that we were like some of the countries that required service.
Okay.
Because I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it taught me a lot of things about myself. It taught me skills.
It gave you like discipline.
It gave me discipline. And I just think it's a great thing, you know, to kid is
Life
18 or
skills.
whatever, just join the Army. And then you can decide to be in the National Guard because that's a branch of the Army.
Absolutely.
And you can still go to college and do all those things. But 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks in the summer, you're serving your country, you're training. And you know what? Way back in the day, in Vietnam era, if you were in the Guard, it was the National Guard. They stayed here,
yeah.
and guarded the nation, National Guard. But now those folks are sent just like anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's not that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah.
So you could certainly serve your country and learn these cool skills, some of which are invaluable to, you know, employers and stuff like that. It's a great thing to put
Yeah.
on your resume. And still go to college and still have a job and still have your life and all that. And get all these things that really do help. And I would say the GI Bill, which I used, and the VA loan.
Two great things.
Two great things. When I didn't have to come up with, well, it was about $15,000 I would have had to come up with to get my townhouse. I was able to just get it.
That's awesome.
It was
I love
amazing. And
Yeah.
it really helps families get settled.
So
which is the whole point.
Absolutely. So young, starting out, thinking about what to do with your life, this is a great thing to consider.
I would consider it because it's just one of the things that you keep with you for the rest of your life.
All
Not
those
only the
skills.
experience and everything, but this VA loan, as I said,
And benefits.
over and over and over again, you can reuse that thing and get, and
I
yeah.
love it. So that is a great option for young if you're just starting out, but if you're a little further along in life and the Army isn't an option, a great thing to do is go in and see the folks at University Credit Union because wow, do they ever take care of you. You can plan your life with them, figure out 5 years down the road what you need to do to be able to be ready to buy a home. And for some more information, stay here right this second because Jack Butters, president, has a tip for you right now.
A lot of people have been emailing questions about how long it takes to get a mortgage and some of the other questions surrounding real estate lending. My advice is come in and talk to someone and get pre-approved prior to finding the home of your dreams.
University Credit Union, local to Utah, loyal to you.